What does a theater artist know about running one of Sebastopol's most beloved businesses? Most people know the Sebastopol Cookie Company. What they don't know is that the woman who owns it wasn't a baker. She was a theater artist. And somehow she ended up buying one of the most beloved businesses in town. Today we're going behind the scenes before the doors open to find out how that happened, what it takes to keep a place like this running, and why this little cookie company has become part of so many Sebastopol families' lives. I'm Jennifer Klein, your local real estate agent here in Sebastopol. Come with me. So this is the part most people never see. Everybody knows the front counter, everybody knows the pickup window, but before a single customer walks through the door, there's already a lot happening back here. So Bronwen, how early does your day start and what does a typical day look like here?
Well, we don't make bread. So I'm not here at 4 a.m. shaping and mixing and doing all those things. And I started this business a little later in life. So I get here between 6:30 and 7. We have one oven, 5 racks. So everything we make at this cookie company here is done in that one oven that I've named Romeo because it's a Montague oven. It's boom, 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 boom. We're getting things out. We have things prepped and ready to go. Our scones are frozen. They love going in the oven hot, so they just go.
So roughly how many cookies do you make in a typical day?
Wow. It varies. This is a small town, so we have to kind of adjust with how much we've sold the day before, what we're expecting. We have 14 different kinds of cookies. We usually do at least a dozen of each type, 2 of others, and we bake throughout the day. So anywhere from 20 to 40 dozen cookies come out of our kitchen just for sales.
I think that's what surprises a lot of people. They walk in, they grab a cookie, and they never really think about all that has to happen before that moment. One thing I've always found fascinating is that you didn't start this business, you bought it. So was the pandemic, what made you decide to buy the Sebastopol Cookie Company?
I was teaching theater and wanted to make a change from working in public education, which I've done off and on for many, many years. I was looking at food trucks. I've always had an affinity and a love for all things culinary. I've managed restaurants before, I've been catering before, and they always say once an actor, always a waiter. So I was looking at food trucks, found one. Everybody thought I was crazy. I told them, well, we established that long ago. But our daughter Bella was working at the cookie company, and we found that it was going to be up for sale. So I was like, a turnkey business. And this was at the beginning of the year in January of 2020. And then we moved forward. We decided to make the leap, and then COVID happened. So we were in escrow in March of 2020. So it was quite an adventure. I was teaching full-time on Zoom. I was starting a new business, and we made it work. And we had to pivot with a lot of things that were happening at the cookie company. I expanded the menu. I was doing business box lunches and delivering them. We have the walk-up window and set up a line where people were 6 feet apart. We put all the product in the window out front, and people pointed, and we made it work. And it was a testament to a great staff, a well-established community business, and my desire not to give up.
And here's where the story gets interesting. Most people know you from theater. You've spent years acting, directing, teaching kids, and producing shows. Owning a cookie company wasn't exactly the obvious next chapter. How does a theater artist end up owning a cookie company?
As I said before, once an actor, always a waiter. So I've been doing theater for many, many years. And it was an opportunity for me to pivot into my secondary passion, which is food, and also working with young people and teaching them and training them how to do different things. I really like the idea of owning a business that I could be a really hands-on owner with for a while, and then step back a little bit, train a staff to be able to cover it so I could still pursue my ultimate passion, which is theater.
Right.
So doing that professionally since I was 17, both acting and directing, and then becoming a teaching theater artist has been an incredible thing. And now I'm back at the point after 6 years in business where I can actually venture out and be in plays, direct plays.
One thing you've told me before that always stuck with me is that everybody who works here learns how to bake. Not just a few people, everybody. So why was it important to you that every employee learns how to bake?
I think that because I predominantly hire young people and they're exploring different facets of their life, somebody may come in here and go, I only want to be a barista, or I only want to serve customers. But to give, especially young people, a well-rounded experience in life, it's really great to kind of touch in on different things. I have the same thought about theater. It's a huge umbrella and it can teach you many things. Baking can also do that. It's not only, putting together ingredients, it's thinking about what your outcome is going to be. It's also actually creating a product that then you are serving to the public that you had hands-on part of making. And that's a beautiful thing. For somebody to be able to say, oh, I made that.
Yeah.
And be proud of it is really an awesome.
So if you're unexpectedly busy or somebody's out sick, you've got people who can jump in and keep things moving. Honestly, that's probably one of the smartest operational decisions I've heard from a small business owner. You have this amazing assortment of cookies here. I think you said 12, 14?
14 different regular cookies, and then we do a lot of vegan and gluten-free as well.
Okay, so what is your most popular cookie?
Our most popular cookie is our classic semi-sweet chocolate chip. And all of them are popular. People like different things, but if the best seller is definitely the semi-sweet chocolate chip.
Classics.
Yeah.
And then what about the most underrated that could deserve a little more love?
Well, I would have to say that is the Cocoa Java. I think actually part of the reasoning behind that is people see the word Java and don't know what it is if they're younger. So it's a cookie that we make with fresh ground espresso, fresh brewed espresso, and our high-end dark Dutch cocoa.
One thing I love about this place is that a lot of kids get their first job here. So what's your favorite part about watching young people grow through their first job here?
Oh, that's a multifaceted thing. So being able to open up their vision from this to out here, being able to multitask. Also, I tell every new employee here that everybody who walks in that door deserves your respect, your kindness, and to be told about what's special about why they're here. Young people these days have a much harder time looking people in the eye, and this way there's no hiding. You get to engage with people. You get to give them something you're proud of. You get to give them something that you had a hand in making. For better or worse, we run this place like a family.
Yeah.
So it's really nice that you have coworkers that are here to support you, that you're not on your own, and for them to realize, oh, I can just ask for the help I need and not feel bad about it. I can make a mistake and I can make it loud and proud and learn from it. And those are huge, huge lessons for young people. And I think they don't get as much of that these days.
Right.
So I'm happy to help them.
When people are thinking about moving to Sebastopol, they usually start by looking at homes. That's natural. But what people end up loving so much about a town is usually much bigger than the house itself. It's the place they return to every week. The place that becomes part of their family routines. The places that feel familiar. I've known Bronwen and Dave for years. Our kids have grown up around each other. My son used to do jujitsu just down the hall, and grabbing a cookie afterwards was pretty much part of the routine. And I know we're not the only family with a story like this. Everybody seems to have their own Sebastopol Cookie Company memory. What do you think brings people back year after year coming here?
Well, the products, for one. And I have a lot of people that come in and say, I used to come here when I was a kid. The fact that this business has been here for so long, there's something nostalgic about it. I think I should have a reunion of everybody that's worked here or that has loved it over the years, because so many people come in and say, you know what, this is my first job. Approaching this kind of business with being a local person, welcoming local people in, hiring local teenagers. It's kind of what we've been talking about this whole time, is that it really is a local business. I try to keep prices so we're not pricing locals out, which is happening in a lot of small towns. I would like to say that it's the kindness, the love, the respect, and the really good cookies and baked goods that we offer. And I take pride, and it's a labor of love in what I do. And I think hopefully people can see that.
This window has become a pretty iconic part of downtown Sebastopol. At the beginning of this video, I said I wanted to understand how this place works. And after spending the morning here, I think the answer has very little to do with cookies. The cookies might bring people in for the first time, but what keeps them coming back are the relationships, the traditions, the familiar faces. The feeling that this place has been a part of their lives for years. And honestly, that's one of the things I love most about Sebastopol. So Bronwen, thank you for letting us behind the scenes. I'm Jennifer Klein, and I'll see you in the next Sebastopol story.